3 grams, which is just under half a pound, machined into a wedge like this. And a piece of 115 this size can be utilized as fuel for a period of 20 to 30 years. Element 115's melting point is 1740 degrees Celsius, and its standard oxidation state is +3. The atomic radius of 115 is 1.87 angstroms. The frequency of the carrier wave for element 115's gravity A wave is 7.46 Hz at a 1 micron bandwidth.
This is the reactor, and from what we've been able to determine, it's what powers the craft. It's made of several components. First is a removable hemisphere. There's a tower, and what we call our drift tube on the side, a small cap that comes off. And inside the tower is what we think is the fuel, element 115. The fuel element is placed inside the tower, cap is placed on, and then as soon as the hemisphere makes a flat connection to the base, it'll create its own gravitational field. It becomes operational. It will push your hands away as soon as that's sat on there. And the field feels similar to like poles of a magnet. There's some elasticity to it. You could push back on it as hard as you want, but a really important thing is it's not transferring that force to the base. Even though this would move, you can push on the field and it wouldn't slide this. If you had two magnets with like poles and you pushed on one, the other one would go sliding across the table. That doesn't happen here. Through X-rays, we were able to determine that there's a hollow tube that goes around the base. We assume that's something like a cyclotron, where particles are accelerated around, and there's, if you want to call it an off-ramp, is the drift tube. Comes up and interacts in the tower in some way to produce energy. Now this device doesn't produce any heat at all. It didn't produce 1 degree of temperature change, no matter how much load it was under. To turn the reactor on, all the components in the craft are connected in some way, but not physically. And we really don't know how that is. If you take one of the emitters and you rotate it past 20 degrees, the reactor will turn on. And you can no longer even get your hands by it. Conversely, to turn it off, rotate the emitter, the reactor shuts down. And assumingly that's removing the load from the reactor, I think it's just